Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Um, I don't know what day I scheduled Source to upload. I completely forgot, but you know, I'm back, and I was off for a bit. I explained why in pretty short form, in those shorts. But um, a YouTuber that I like died. His name's Constorian. Um. I'm gonna give a brief rundown because I want to make this video about like my favorite Marvel characters and things like that because he wasn't like the thing that introduced me to Marvel or not, but he was like the thing that really got me into comic books. I don't read them, but like I will watch his video instead of reading them. Um, and then because I watch him, I got introduced into other YouTubers who I also like. Like funny enough, Cosmic Drake didn't start watching because of MatPat. I think like I saw some of his videos on MatPat channel, but like his own like Cosmic Drake channel didn't get recommended to me, and still I started watching Cosmic Story and along with I'm gonna go make sure I got this name right. It took a while for me to confirm it because for some reason um, my YouTube subscriptions are weird but vary in comic books. What I mean by that, by the way, in case you want some clarity, is somehow these people who this is my original account, like my original Gmail. Um, so you know, it's been a while, but like somehow people who I actually watch or used to watch a lot of, it's like they like that channel. Maybe I just scroll past it, but like I was scrolling for a bit and like some channels that was above it were channels I literally subscribed to and never watched a video to. Like I just subscribe on principle. Like YouTube is higher than it. I never watched a video from YouTube. There probably some more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But let me get back to the story. That was very annoying. Um, but yeah, like he because of his YouTube recommendations, because how YouTube works, it introduced me into those two channels. Um, and it's just been like a lot of my comic book knowledge has came from him. So really sad to see him go. Um, and I don't want to focus on it. As I said in the shorts, I want to acknowledge his death because like he's one of the original YouTubers I watched growing up. Um, but at the same time, I don't want all my popular videos to be focused on it. Um, so because of that, I'm just gonna go into the main theme to like act like a celebration of what he stood for. Um, I think I'm gonna do like give some of my favorite Marvel characters as that was the main thing I watched by him. Um, Pretty sure he does have DC stuff, but I I mainly watch his Marvel stuff. Did do DC, but like Marvel has always been more of my alley than DC. And you know, if y'all want me to make another video like favorite DC heroes, I'll do that. I'm gonna try to keep this as close to like how I like. I can't tell exactly how much changed, but as far as I'm aware, a lot of these are probably gonna be the same. Um, so with that being said, also sorry for the lighting. There's literally nothing I can do. Um, with that being said, let's get started with this part of the segment. Of course, by the way, um, he's done the only shout out for today's video. Um, if you expected otherwise, I shame you. Um, But it's I feel awkward recording this because it's like in the back of my head, it's like this come up really money grabby, but I hope it doesn't come off that way. I think that's just me being insecure. So, um, because like I want to make content that like if I want to make, if I want to dress it right, but I don't want it to be like, because in my opinion, that just seemed way too money greedy, especially if my most popular video is about death. Of course, this video touched on it, but I want to be focused on it. So, in case you couldn't tell, still with my original YouTube unscripted. Um, but yeah, guess y'all get more authentic experience of why I kind of like making these videos when like someone famous died who I like was like appreciate their stuff, or like actually like their stuff. Don't get I like Kiri Toriyama stuff, but I mean like 100% into it. Um, and I really like I know everyone died at one point, but I don't want to make any more of these because they just suck. I'm probably not like if y'all. I don't know if I would ever make a part two to this where like current favorite Marvel heroes or current DC. And funny enough, I thought recording this would be kind of easy, just quickly touch on death and then move on. But it just sucks. Sorry, I don't. I'm trying to like get the energy for it, but it's kind of sad. But you know, I'm gonna try again to get this done properly. Hopefully this time I can do it properly. So with that being said, let's get into pretty much my current and kind of past favorite Marvel heroes. And start off with, let's just go ahead and rip the band-aid off. My favorite Spider-Man. Um, First of all, nerdy. That's like there are multiple reasons like him. When I was younger, he was really like I grew up mainly watching Ultimate Spider-Man. I did watch some Spectacular. I think I grew up on Spectacular Ultimate. Um, and I did watch some of the classic, and I also watched some of that weird, not weird. It's weird but not bad. Like spin-off ish version of Spider-Man where he went off into space, and then I watched the same scenario where it's like that one was like a spin-off of the original, like a sequel to the original animated Spider-Man, but this one's like I watched some of the one that's supposed to be like a Tobey Maguire movie tie-in. It's to say the least, it's kind of weird what that was. Like I watched an entire video dedicated to both of those, and that's still kind of weird. By the way, the space one is actually really good. It's on Disney Plus. I recommend you go watch it. But growing up, at first I weren't. The main reason I like funny, uh, nerdy, relatable, and also just cool. I don't know, something about like even though he did gain superpower, I was like, it's pretty cool that he made web shooters, right? That's cool. And then I was a humongous fan of the costume. Um, Even my original Gmail. I'm just gonna tell y'all the first half. hopefully I can't find any information because of it. Newsflash, you probably can find the Gmail, but not any of the accounts. Well, you use the Gmail to find the accounts, of course you can. But if I was somewhere you can only find some, like, you only be able to get my Gmail via this, or my Gmail, my, not primary, but the one I use currently. Or, you know what I mean, my original one, but not the primary one. Um, the username, I mean, part of my, like, uh, Gmail username, Powerboy, right? It came from a writing thing that I used to do in school. If y'all want a story about it, I can give you some. Um, but like the concept was like essentially the person just had like the power to make any power. Really, really dumb childish things, but like in my head, the suit is like Spider-Man themed. Um, and like like kind of look like Spider-Man. I think one year I even made what like a version of the suit will be like. It was like a white beater, but like I would imagine it being like Spider-Man. So I have always found him cool and always been my favorite. Uh, my favorite variant of Spider-Man, because not very broad, is currently Miles Morales. Um, not because not only because he's black, that actually doesn't really have anything to do with it. Now that I think about it, I think when I first saw a black Spider-Man, which was in the Ultimate comic, the Ultimate Spider-Man, I was like, huh. Wasn't expecting that. It was a season where they were going through the multiverse, and I was like, huh. Wasn't expecting that. um, but Miles became my favorite because of Into the Spider-Verse. But before then, he was always like just a little bit below Peter Parker. Um, simply just because Peter Parker was there more. Like I knew, like it was deeper connection. But I started getting relatable with Miles. Um, kind of, yeah, you know, relatable with Miles. Um, especially because of like Into Spider and things like that. Um, and as I got to learn more about the character, so but Miles became my like some things I reason like Miles. First of all, he has more powers than the default, and pretty interesting ones too, like camouflage and a let Venom shock. Sometimes they just call it electric touch, or no, I don't think they ever call it that. I think I'm just thinking about a joke they made, but like Venom shock, invisibility, or camouflage. Technically speaking, more along the lines of camouflage and invisibility. That's why I say camouflage. I don't know why. That's why I put both of. But depending on what the person says, sometimes I think they call it invisibility. Sometimes they call it camouflage. Depending on which one, uh, you can go with either one. But and also the borderline, like precognition that he has, that was also interesting. In case you weren't aware, in the Ultimate comic books at least, his spider sense are like more enhanced. Um, because of the spider that bit him is the same one with Green Goblin powers. I guess like the same formula is really just like a, I forgot everything. I learned this because of comic story and he was talking about the death of Spider-Man in the Ultimate comic books and like the origin of Miles. Um, but essentially, like because of the fact that it's like a different Spider that was also enhanced by like the Green Goblin formula, it gave his Spider sense like an enhancement, making kind of precognition sometimes. So he was my favorite, especially recently. Um, so right now, the listing of my favorite Spider-Man go um, Miles Morales, Peter Parker, um, probably gonna be what's that one? Well, let me be more specific. Most version of Peter Parker, then probably be what's it called? Spider-Man Noir. Um, I never played the game, but the Shattered Dimensions, oh, such a good game from what I've seen. Uh, and that's the sole reason why he is my favorite or is up there. Um, Into Spider-Verse did help, but it was mainly because of that game. And I'm probably gonna say Hobie. Just think he's cool. Um, and Spider-Gwen last, simply because I just don't think about her much. Like Silk is actually up there because I think she's pretty interesting, and I really like her costume. Um, so I think Silk will actually be above Spider Gwen. Don't get me wrong, Spider Gwen also interesting. Um, but Silk is like I really like her costume. I think it's pretty cool how it's web, right? Maybe they change it, but like it's like web. And I think that's pretty cool considering that she is a spy person. And then that kinda interesting, like it's interesting to a point, but also like maybe maybe not. Don't do that. But the thing she had with Peter is also interesting. So let's move on to the next person. Let's go on to Hero New Adventures. Um, top two Avengers are Captain America, Hulk, and then Iron Man. Those are they positions that switch every now and then, but for the most part, those are my favorite. Captain America would just honestly, I don't know why I like Captain America so much. Uh, if I had to guess, it's because like he's like a less nerdy version of Spider Man, I guess. I actually don't know. I think it mainly because of the shield. I'm not gonna lie, the shield is really cool, and like the concept of like a weapon bouncing back to you after you like import kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is used to bounce it back. It just seemed cool to me. Um, I could go to explain why I like Iron Man, but to put it simply, Iron Man suit. It's not like literally only Iron Man suit. His version, like the movie, did help a lot. Um, because now I actually care like his character, but I actually did watch the Avengers show, so it was also that Robbie Downey Jr. have a similar personality as the one in the show because they're based on the same character. And then you have the Hulk. The Hulk is cool. What can I say? Big destructive guy, like to destroy things, kind of like Broly. Um, of course, Hulk came first. Um, and the I actually do have a kind of reason why I like the Hulk, and because it is interesting his power set to become stronger and enhance the gamma radiation. Probably the more you get angry, and then also you know the many different versions of it is also interesting, especially with like smart Hulk. My favorite video by Comic Story and I used to rewatch all the time. Worldbreaker Hulk, like his entire thing, going over Worldbreaker Hulk and World Hulk. Um, I think those are the same arc, just they call it different thing. I think World Hulk is when he get to Earth after they kill his wife. Um, Tech's being accidentally, but still kill his wife. And then Planet Hulk is. Did I say Worldbreaker Hulk? Oh no, I I think that's I think that's a different. I think that's a form of him. Like when he's like really angry, and that was what they call World Hulk. Is like they call that version of World Hulk. Planet Hulk. Is when he's a gladiator, and you probably know this by now, but part of the inspiration behind Thor Ragnarok. Um, but that really put me like made him one of my favorites. Um, Also, I know it's not a good movie, but I will say this: I really do enjoy the. Hopefully, this is the right year. 2006, 2007 Hulk. I used to watch that movie all the time. I had a CD of that movie. Used to watch it all the time. I can admit when a movie I like is bad, that movie is bad, but I still find it enjoyable. The last time I watched it, I enjoyed it. Uh, Unlike Dragon Ball Evolutions, which is just a bad movie. I didn't watch it a lot, but I did watch it, but it was bad. Just good enough for me to watch. And Avatar, The Last Airbender, which don't get me wrong, is a bad movie, but I think it's a can be a fun bad movie because of how terrible it is. Um, but I do like it. Like it's not a good movie. Uh, and does not compare to the original Avatar, but it's like when I was younger, I like it. Now I don't, cause it's just getting on my nerves. But it is funny sometimes. It is funny. I can give it that. If you go in there, just turn off your brain and just like only giving a little bit of like Avatar in your mind, is can be really funny. Uh, the Ong part is still getting my sorry for anyone who just got PTSD from that. Um, but that part will always get my nerve from this point on. Or from like a couple of years, I don't know, but like that will always get my nerves. But like how slow the bending is will just be hilarious to me. Um, so yeah, I might just give a little more rundown. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm probably gonna have about 30 minutes. So, next people. The next one is doesn't have much of a reason for it. I just like him. It's Nightcrawler. I really want to learn more about him, and he seemed very interesting. Um, but the main reason I like him is because of his powers, and he was funny. And in case you can't tell, funny. I like funny people. But he was like a very cool looking character. He was funny, charismatic, and he fights with swords. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then the more I learn about him, the cooler it is. And then one theory that I had that was, I think, either confirmed or was the original plan within the comic books was I, you know, thought that in the movies, X-Men 2, when he was introduced, um, he was a child of Mystique, and since at that point I watched X-Men Origins, or maybe later, I just know at the one point I watched X-Men Origins, like, oh wait, is that red dude who can teleport? It looked exactly like, I just said his name. Give me a second. I don't know why it took so long. And looked just like Nightcrawler, his dad, and Mystique's mom. I found out a year later, yeah, that was a plan in the comic books. But and then I learned that he was like a dude like theater. I don't do theater, but I really would like to maybe one time. But he just became so cool to me. Next person is Quicksilver. Similar reason, except super speed. Most like if you were to ask me what are some of my favorite powers, super speed and teleportation are out there because they're just so fun to beat and they can easily be so busted. Um, and then Wolverine, of course, is Wolverine. Uh, I watched a lot of the original. Not even. I think I actually seen all of them, um, the Phoenix, the last Phoenix, not X3, the last Phoenix, X-Men Last Phoenix, was the one that he like didn't care about. But for the most part, I've seen all the X-Men movies. I don't think I've seen Deadpool 1 or 2. I've seen some of Deadpool 1, but I haven't watched all of it. But he's really cool. Deadpool is actually up there. Um, what can I say? Funny guy. But also, healing factor and the fact that he fights with swords is cool. Um, I find it funny how, like, the X Men ones just went down. Like, Peter Parker, multiple reasons. Told me, Miles Morales, multiple reasons. Hulk, multiple reasons. And then we get to X Men, like, yeah, dull it out here. But I will say I did watch some of the classic. Did watch some of 19. They don't call it 19. 97. 97. And I also watched that one that I don't know what it called, but it's like the X. I think called X Men Legends. Uh, but it's like it has snow crystals. No, I'm not gonna say that because that's drugs. But it's like, let me look it up. Okay, I did not find the character name. Instead, I can tell you the name of the show. It's called Wolverine and the X Men. Honestly, I don't remember much of the show, but I will say, just by the fact that Nightcrawler is on there, I would not be surprised if this is part of the reason I like Nightcrawler. Um, there are some more Marvel characters, but most of them are way more simple than what I just named. And a lot of my favorite characters just childhood related. Like games I play a lot of, or movies I've seen a lot of. I will say one honorable mention is Cyclops. I still think he's kind of boring, but he's a little more likable now. But still, come on, really boring. And a noticeable fall off is Beast, because he seemed insane now. The fact that he had like I don't know if it's still a thing, but he like built clones of like Wolverine. Just like, okay, that's weird. Uh, Not like he was my favorite anyways. He was cool, but never been my favorite. And then one that definitely fell off because what the heck is Charles Xavier or Professor S, because he doesn't matter, don't care. He made someone relive the Holocaust, and just no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna deny it. Like maybe some of my favorite characters probably could do that, or like did commit a Holocaust. Aaron Yeager. I mean, granted, it wasn't a Holocaust, it was just a general genocide. But like I like Aaron Yeager, but making someone relive it is a different level of evil. And don't get me wrong, I also like Yujiro Hama, so I do like some pretty bad characters, but something about making someone relive the Holocaust just doesn't sit right with me. Also because of Planet Hulk. So, the Illuminati. I will say this. I like Tony Stark being, not constantly, but like the fact that he used to be like a alcohol. I mean, I don't know the term for it, but I think that alcohol and drugs. I think that make interesting characters. So, but just that making him really the Holocaust too much. But that's gonna be it. Those are all the characters that come to mind, that I know off the top of my head without having to look up. Uh, so with that, goodbye, and one last time, rest in peace, Constorian. Um, in case you don't know his name, it is Ben Potter. I knew his name. I just want to make sure that his name wasn't short for Benjamin. So I just went to Instagram real quick, checked the post. It's just a Ben. Um, so I don't think it's short for Benjamin, but just in case it is, I'm sorry. I wasn't 100% aware. Um, I'm not gonna blame y'all because that's stupid. But I'm just going based on the information that I recall, um, and as posted. And that's why I said Ben. Sorry if his full name was Benjamin. But Ben Parker. I'm so sorry for that. That we was just talking about Marvel and Ben Parker, of course. You know, Spider-Man uncle. Um, Ben Potter. But rest in peace. He was. I don't know him personally, but he was a great guy. Like amazing content. And it's a shame to see him pass. Um, Rest in peace.